But looking forward to getting this Legion season started here as both teams taking the field, and Smitty's got a new manager here in 2026 here for the summer, and it is Coach Steinwant, head coach here for the Smitties. Josh Steinwant, been with the Smitties coaching staff since 2023 and has coached from all levels, 13 to 14U to Legion, previously served as the assistant Legion coach. He played with the Smitties from 2015 to 2022, brings 19 years of baseball experience to the dugout. We talked to him on the Sports Hub on Fox Sports Aberdeen, our daily sports talk show there on 1420 and 98.5 earlier this week on the program. And his message really to the team was competing. And he, in a quote there I saw on Facebook, he said, "I want to win just as bad as the players, make decisions to try and win. Pre-game traditions," he says, "stay the same." Josh says one thing he always does is pray with the players who want to. He's a big Minnesota Twins fan. His favorite player is Big Papi David Ortiz, and he's a North Carolina Tar Heels fan. And he's looking forward to taking over the reins here for the Smitties. Coach Ganelli coached the spring season, and Coach Josh Steinwant coaching the summer season here for the Smitties, a guy who has a lot of baseball experience and would love to get off to a great start here at home. Let's take a look at the starting lineups here for both sides. We'll start it out with the visitors here on the scoreboard, the Sioux Falls West Post 15 squad. Lineup looks like this. In center field, leading things off, number 14, Lawson Hensley. Batting second at second base, number 20, Boston Bryant. Batting third, the shortstop, number 4, Brody Jacobson. Batting fourth, the cleanup man at the hot corner at third, number 3, Bennett Duncan. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 24, Everett Solonen. Batting sixth, the DH, Beckett Whitlock. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Noah Graybo. Batting eighth, the catcher, Connor McGinnis. And batting ninth, the left fielder, Jack Hilly. On the mound for Sioux Falls West is Kyler Boyd. Again, that's Hensley, Bryant, Jacobson, Duncan, Salonen, Whitlock, Graybo, McGinnis, and Hilly. The starting lineup for Sioux Falls West post 15. Head coach is Clint Evers, assisted by Dan Logue and Dexter Payne. The lineup there for post 15. As for the Aberdeen Smitties, again, they come in at 1-1 on the season, had a great performance there against Watertown in Game 2. They won it 4-0 behind Michael Dutenhofer's shutout win. He went the complete game, 7 innings, and struck out 15 batters. And again, the Smitties head coach is Josh Steinwant, assisted by Tyson Lean. Starters look like this here for the Smitties of Aberdeen. Leading things off in center field, number 3, J.L. Aviles. Batting second, the shortstop, number 6, Jackson Post. Batting third, the second baseman, number 12, Joe Cogley. Batting fourth, number 9, the cleanup man, the catcher, Levi Hoffman. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Mike Dutenhofer. Batting sixth, the pitcher, number 4, Drake Soderlin. Batting seventh at third base, number 8, Wheeler Malsum. Batting eighth, the first baseman, Jayshawn Rivera. And batting ninth, the left fielder, number 5, Donnie Kiso. Branson Peterson on the bench there for the Smitties. Again, they are coached by Josh Steinwant and Tyson Lean, and they come in at 1-1 on the season. If you missed the first portion of the pregame show, Smitties were out at Watertown on Wednesday, a 13-3 loss in Game 1. It was a close game through 4 innings. Watertown put up 6 in the bottom of the 5th inning to really be the difference of the ball game. They scored 3 in the bottom of the 6th and won 13-3, 15 hits there for Watertown. And then for the Smitties, they had 3 runs, 5 hits, and 3 errors in the field. 2 of those 3 hits from J.L. Aviles and another hit from Joe Cogley in the game there in Game 1. in Game 2. We talked about it. Mike Dutenhofer went the complete game, 15 strikeouts in the game there. Four runs, 3 hits, and he was a big reason why the Smitties came away with a win there on Wednesday. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll have first pitch from Fossum Field. It's the Smitties and Sioux Falls West here on the Aberdeen Smitties YouTube channel.
Nice job. Just on time. Sorry about that.
And we're back here at Fossum Field for the home opener for the Aberdeen Smitties Legion squad. Matt McClure broadcasting live here from the broadcasting booth. And on the hill for the Smitties, number 4, Drake Soderlund making the start there. Again, the infield for the Smitties. Hoffman behind the plate doing the catching. Malsum at third, posted short. Cogley at second. Rivera at first. Avilas in center. Dutenhofer in right. And Donnie Kiso in left. Josh Steinwant, his first season here at the helm for the Smitties as the head manager, assistant over the last couple years for the Smitties. He's played for Aberdeen from 2015 to 2022. Also wrapped up his college career at Northern State. So a lot of experience to the dugout here for the Smitties skipper. And Soderlund here on the mound. A righty. And leading things off here for Sioux Falls West is Lawson Hensley. It's Hensley, Boston Bryant, Brody Jacobson, followed by Bennett Duncan in the cleanup spot. Batting fifth is Everett Salonen. Batting sixth, Beckett Whitlock. Seventh, Noah Graybo. Batting eighth, Connor McGinnis. And rounding it out, Jack Hilly. Like we said, a cooler day here. Feels pretty nice out there. A little bit on the windier side, but 76 degrees. Winds at around 15 miles an hour out of the southeast. And we are going to be right on time here for first pitch at 1 o'clock. Again, we said rain should hold off today. It looks like a 30% chance near 5 or 6 o'clock. So Soderlund ready and Lawson Hensley ready. And first pitch coming right here from Soderlund out of the stretch. Lawson Hensley, a righty. The first pitch is up high for ball 1, 1-0. Drake Soderlin on the bump. 1-0 pitch out of the stretch. Kicks and fires. That's a grounder hit to short. Fielding it over there and throwing it on to first is Post for out number 1. Jackson Post with the put out there, and it's 1 out there for Aberdeen. Nice job from Post. Charging on the ball, and that's something that I think Coach Steinwant's really going to want to see his defense do a lot this year, is attacking baseballs. You don't want to let it sit up and get a weird hop. Post did a really good job there. 326 down the right field line, 324 down the left field line, left center 380, 367 to right center. Count is 1-0 to Boston Bryant, the second baseman, batting from the left side. 1-0 pitch. That's down low below the knees, and it's 2-0 here to the batter, Boston Bryant. We talked to Coach Steinwant, not the deepest team when you talk about roster here for the Smitties. He said they got 11 kids out. 2-0 pitch. That's hit on the ground there to first. Rivera fields it. He's going to have to race over to first. He does for the out. Jay-Sean Rivera with the second out of the inning. And again, we talked to Coach Steinwant on the Sports Hub earlier this week, and his message to the team was simply this: I want to win just as bad as the players. We make decisions to try and win. As Drake Soderlin is working a nice inning here. That's hit in the air, left field. Kiso there, and Donnie ranging in. He makes the catch for out number 3. So Donnie Kiso retires the final out there in left field. A nice inning from Drake Soderlin. 1-2-3 inning in the top of the first inning. Let's go to the bottom of the first here at Fossum Field. Sioux Falls West 0. Smitties due up next here on your home for the Aberdeen Smitties on the YouTube channel. We're back in a moment. J.L. Aviles will lead things off for the Smitties here in the bottom of the first inning, and 1-2-3 inning there by Drake Soderlin. And Aviles will dig in from the left side as he does for the Smitties, the center fielder. He's taking on Kyler Boyd, the right-hander for Sioux Falls West. His first pitch swinging is Aviles, hit it over to second, making the play, throwing over to first. There is Boston Bryant for out number 1. 4-3 on the putout. The Aberdeen Smitties wants to thank the 2026 sponsors: Aberdeen Clean All, Agtegra, American Bank and Trust, Babcock Family Chiropractic. Is the first pitch to Post. Is a chopper hit the third. Fielding it is Bennett Duncan. He throws it on to first in time for out number 2. So 2 quick outs. Bryce Anglensign, Carroll's and Bain Family Dental Care, Cogley Law Office, Dakota Bank, Dami Construction, Dakota Storage, Domino's, Dutenhofer Construction, Edward Jones, and more. And the batter is Joe Cogley, and that's a breaking ball in there for a strike. Cogley had a really nice spring season and looking to carry that over here to the Legion season. As Boyd ready, here's the 0-1. That's hit on the ground to second. Fielding it is Bryant, boots it, picks up, and throws it on to first in time for out number 3. So Boyd works a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. One complete here at Fossum Field in 6 minutes. We're back here in a moment on your home for the Aberdeen Smitties, the Aberdeen Smitties YouTube. Bennett Duncan leading things off here in the second inning for Sioux Falls West. It's the cleanup man, 4, 5, 6, 2 up in the order. As Drake Soderlund back out there, his second inning of work. And the first pitch, a breaking ball that just missed inside for a ball, 1-0. Good spot, though, from Drake Soderlund. Top of the second inning, Smitty's and Sioux Falls West for a doubleheader. Smitty's got 2 tomorrow on the road, and then back for 2 at home next week on Tuesday and Wednesday. It's 2-0. Smitty's wants to thank its 2026 sponsors. 2-0 pitch coming up. That's hit on the ground to second and over the diving glove of Joe Cogley for a base hit. Bennett Duncan, a leadoff single. The Smitties want to thank Edward Jones, Geff Dog, Great Plains Bank, Har Motors, Healthcare Plus Federal Credit Union, Hopfinger and Merriman, Insurance Plus, Kent Super Fair Foods, Ladner Electric, and more. As it's the top of the second inning, a runner at first, and the batter here is Everett Salonen, the first baseman. He takes low and outside a ball, 1-0. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. One coming up. As Soderlund throws over to first, and a diving effort there, and diving back safely there is Duncan, who led off the inning with the single. One pitch coming up. And it comes home. That's on the outside corner for strike 2, 1-2. Nice pitch as he paints the black on the outside. One-two. High skying pop-up into center. Aviles ranging in, as well as Cogley behind the base, and Cogley puts it out for the second out of the inning. Or, excuse me, first out of the inning. Towering pop-up there. And that's where you got to be able to communicate out in the field, and they did a great job there for out number 1. And here's Whitlock, the designated hitter, batting from the left side. Duncan at first, takes his lead. The ball bounces to the plate. Levi Hoffman with a nice pick out of the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. talked to Coach Steinwand about Hoffman and says he's going to be catching pretty much every game this year. 1-0. It's taken outside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Worked really closely with Tyson Lean the last couple of years. He caught pretty much every game last summer. And I've mentioned it on the broadcast before. He just looks very comfortable back there. As a good move from Soderlund, and Bennett Duncan dives back safely, 2-0. Two O's take it up high and outside, ball 3-0. Runner at first. Another throw over. Good pickoff move there by Soderlund, but diving back in once again is Duncan. Salonen popped out. 3-0. Runner goes. Doesn't matter. It's ball 4. So you got runners at second and first. 1 out. And here's Noah Graybo. Now you're kind of at that situational point here in the top of the second, knowing where you go with the baseball is Rivera, the first baseman, on the grass on the right side. As the first pitch is taken up high for ball 1-0. So on a bunt situation, Soderlund's covering the left side of the infield, or the left side, that third base line. Rivera's going to be charging in. 1-0 with the pitch. That's in there for a strike. 1-1. Malsum, he's going to be staying home, and on a bunt, he's going to be covering third. 1-1. As Soderlund checks the runner at second, Duncan, and the pitch. That's a dribbler right back to the mound. He goes to second for 1, and they get it there. They get the force. Runner heads over to third, Duncan, and Graybo is aboard with the fielder's choice. And now here's Levi Hoffman with a sign to the infield with runners here on the corners and 2 outs. Here's another situation that you're going to see a lot this summer. Runners on the corners. You're trying to get that guy at first in the scoring position. What does the defense do? As the first pitch is taken upstairs for ball 1-0. 2 out, runner at the corners, and the batter, Connor McGinnis, the catcher. He's in the 8th spot. As Graybo gets his lead off first, the pitch. Swing and foul tip, and goes to the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike. One. And McGinnis digs in from the right side. He takes low, a ball, 2-1. Two-one pitch. Popped up. Hoffman ranging, and it goes out of play. Two balls, 2 strikes. Runners here at the corners. And the batter, McGinnis, battling with 2. Soderlund ready, and he fires home. Popped up in the infield and out of play. So we'll do it again here at 2-2. Two-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Drop, third strike. Doesn't matter because a runner at first. And that will, oh no, foul tip. So they call a foul tip, thought it was strike 3. So McGinnis stays alive. Runner was headed for second. 2 on, 2 out here in the top of the second. We're scoreless in game 1 of 2. As Soderlin gets the sign, checks the runner at first, a deep breath, and the slide step home. Misses low and outside. Runner heads over to second, and now runners at second and third. Soderlin with the 3-2 pitch. Dribbles foul down the third base line. We'll do it again. Early spot here in this game for Soderlin, trying to work out of a jam. Here's the full count pitch. Another foul ball down the third base line. Soderlin, a deep breath on the mound. And the pitch. Misses, ball 4. He walked him. So McGinnis draws a walk, and the bases are now loaded. And the batter here, Jack Hilly, the left fielder. Hilly, the 9 spot here, for adding from the right side. And he's got 3 ducks on the pond. Here's the pitch. Hitting that to second. Cogley fields it, flips it on to post for the out, and side retired. Drake Soderlin works out of a bases-loaded jam. Smitty's retires Sioux Falls West there in the top of the second. They get 1 hit, or no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left. We head to the bottom of the second here at Fossum Field. We're scoreless. You're watching Aberdeen Smitty's Baseball on the YouTube channel. Smitty's trying to get some offense going here in the bottom of the second. Hoffman, Dutenhofer, Soderlin due up for Aberdeen. Bottom of the second inning, brought to you by Orthopedic Physical Therapy, Post 24. Shoe Science, Sydney Smith, Post 24. State Farm, Chad Ben and Linda Shop. Stephen Lust Automotive, Sun City Tanning. Van Laken Orthodontist, Wendy's. Wolves, and Wright and Sudlow. Big thank you to the 2026 Aberdeen Smitty's Legion sponsors here this summer. First pitch is in there for, up high, a ball 1-0 to Levi Hoffman, the catcher. Had a nice spring season as he takes strike 2, 0-2. So they did call that first pitch a strike. Kyler Boyd, he worked a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the first, and he strikes out Hoffman on a high heater for out number 1 in the bottom of the second. Here's Mike Dutenhofer. Dutenhofer, 15 strikeouts in the win on Wednesday in Game 2. We talked about that. Went the complete game in right field and batting from the right side here. Trying to lead things off in the bottom of the second. As he lines one to second base and making a leaping catch is Boston Bryant for the out. And that is the second out of the inning, and here brings up Drake Soderlund. Soderlund takes a first pitch strike there from Boyd, 0-1. Oh, 1. Breaking ball that misses low. 1-1. And we talked to Coach Steinwand just about how changing pitches, changing eye level and speeds is so crucial, and especially if you could throw that off speed for strikes, as Soderlund fouls one back to the backstop. And that's something that you're seeing more and more of at this level, the high school level, and even below that is, hey, 2-1, I can throw my breaking stuff. 1-2, he thought he struck him out for strike 3. It was called a ball, 2-2. Boyd's bringing it on the mound. Light blue glove. Glasses on the mound as well. Here's the 2-2. Bounces that one to the plate. Count runs full, 3-2 here to Drake Soderlund. Worked out of a bases loaded jam in the top of the second. Smitty's looking for their first hit. And first base runner. Boyd shakes off a couple times, now has the sign and the payoff. Strike 3 called. Smitty's no runs, no hits, no errors, none left, as 2 strikeouts in the inning there for Kyler Boyd. 2 complete. We're scoreless here from Fawcett Field on your home for the Aberdeen Smitties. The Aberdeen Smitties YouTube channel. Top of the third inning here on the Aberdeen Smitties YouTube channel. Third inning is brought to you in part by our friends at Americoda Construction, Inc., Babcock Family Chiropractic, CIS Company, Dakota Dave's Handyman, Double D Body Shop, and Exotic Coating LLC. Big thank you to the 2026 Aberdeen Smitties Legion sponsors this summer. Drake Soderlund pitching great, top of the third inning. First batter swinging and lifting that into right field And making the play out there and right is Mike Dutenhofer. It's Lawson Hensley, the leadoff man. And we'll see if Sioux Falls West makes an adjustment at all, but they have really attacked Soderlin early in the count for the most part. See if they be a little bit more patient second time around, but Soderlin will take that. There's another first pitch swinging. That is drifting down the line. It's fair. Kiso will get it in the corner. And heading over to third with a stand-up or sliding in the third is Boston Bryant with a triple. And just taking that the other way and all the way to the corner. He was digging out of the box, and he was able to get a good jump, get all the way to third, and now Sioux Falls West has a runner in scoring position in the top of the third. Brody Jacobs up at 0 for 1. He lined out to left his last time up, and he takes a first pitch strike on the at the knees, 0-1. 0-1, Soderlin, a deep breath in the pitch. That's it in the air, center field. Aviles, he's got to come up throwing as headed home is Bryant. Throw on a hop, and they got him! J.L. Aviles out there in center. Throws out Boston Bryant at home and side retired. What a throw by the center fielder, J.L. Aviles. And that retires the side in the top of the third. What a play by J.L. We head to the bottom of the third here from Fossum Field. Smitty's looking for some runs. We're back in a moment here on your home for the Aberdeen Smitty's YouTube. Well, I know we've only played 2 games, but that might be the play of the summer right there from J.L. Aviles as he guns out Boston Bryant at home on a double play as Sioux Falls West being aggressive. As the pitch home, that is in there for a strike there to Wheeler Malsum. And the count is 1 ball, 1 strike there to Malsum, the third baseman. Big into superstitions, and Malsum said that he has to have Reese's and a Monster before a game. 2-1 pitch. Take it outside for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. At the hot corner at third today, he had himself a really nice spring season. He was kind of a utility guy in the infield. Played a lot of second. Didn't play much third, but he's at third here today. 3-1 as a chopper hit to short. Fielding it is Jacobson. Throwing it on to first, and they got him. Jacobson charged it. Bounced off of his chest, stuck with it, and got the out there at first. 6-3 on the putout. And that'll bring up Jashawn Rivera. Rivera here with 1 out. 1-0 pitch to Rivera as he takes a ball, 1-0. Again, the third inning brought to you by Americoda Construction, Inc. As that one is hit up high, drifting foul ground, and ranging over there is Hilly. He makes the catch for out number 2. Babcock Family Chiropractic, CIS Company, Dakota Dave's Handyman, Double D Body Shop, Exotic Coating LLC. Big thank you to our 2026 summer sponsors for Aberdeen Smitty's baseball. As Donnie Kiso digs in the batter's box after the fly out to left, and he swings at the first pitch and lines it right to the right fielder, Noah Grabo, inside retired. Smitty's hit it hard a couple times, but still searching for that first hit. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. Head to the top of the fourth here at Fossum Field. We got a good one. We're scoreless. Back in a moment here on your home for Aberdeen Smitty's baseball on the YouTube channel. Bennett Duncan leading things off for Sioux Falls West. 4-5-6 due up in the Sioux Falls West order. Fourth inning brought to you in part by GLH Construction LLC, Hovland Engineering, Home Clean, Home by Maria, Jerry's Dent Repair, JH Construction, as that's hit on a line there to center field, and Avila's can of corn for out number 1. LB Hoffman Company, LLC, Maria's Berries, and Myers Tractor Salvage, LLC. Big thank you to the 2026 players sponsors for the Aberdeen Smitties here this summer. Batter here is Everett Salonen, and he takes a little high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Salonen, an 0 for 1, a pop out to second his first time. Sioux Falls West, no runs, 2 hits. Smitty's still searching for that first hit here this afternoon as Soderlund behind 2-0. Sioux Falls West has had a couple runners on base, but a couple great defensive plays, especially last half inning, as that's a liner into left field, a base hit right in front of Donnie Kiso, and a runner on there, Everett Salonen. A 1 for 2 for him, and a 1-out runner on here for Beckett Whitlock. Smitty's went 4-10 this spring, and a 1-1 start here this summer, and they will hit the road there for 2 at Sioux Falls East after the games today. 1-3 at Sioux Falls East, and then they got 4 straight at home next week versus Renner for a doubleheader at 4-6, and Wednesday versus Mitchell at 5-7. As that misses outside a ball, 2 balls, no strikes. We'll have those games for you on the Smitty's YouTube. Yeah, it's kind of just one of those springs. Smitty's only played 14 games when you compare that to some of the other teams that played games. I mean, a lot of rainouts early on as a throwback to first. I remember when Pierre came to town, that was in mid-April. They played almost 10 games, and the Smitties, those were their first games of the year, as that's a line drive into right field, a base knock for Beckett Whitlock. Runners at second and first, and no one out here for the batter, Noah Graybo. Or excuse me, one out in the inning. Graybo, he singled his last time. Or excuse me, reached on a fielder's choice this last time, excuse me. 1-0 the count to him. And the pitch home. That's taken low in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0, runners at second and first, and 1 out. Two-0. That's on the outside corner for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Cogley there kind of holding the runner on at second. He's right behind the base. Now he heads back to position, as that's a skying fly ball into shallow center. Aviles makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 on and 2 out, and Connor McGinnis digs in. McGinnis, he came up with the bases loaded and walked his last time. Or excuse me, Hilly came up with the bases loaded. He's swinging at the first pitch and gets under the glove there of Malsum and behind Kiso, and that's going to be the first run of the ball game there for Sioux Falls West. Heading over to third is Whitlock. And that's going to be an RBI for Connor McGinnis. And Sioux Falls West takes the lead. It's 1-0. So 1-0 lead, and they call it a hit and an RBI, as that is hit right back to the mound over the glove of Soderlund, fielding at his post and throwing it on to first in time. Great stretch over at first by Rivera's 2. Post lost his hat and threw an absolute seed over to first inside retired. What a play by Jackson Post. However, Sioux Falls West does get 1 run, 3 hits. They leave 2 men aboard and no errors. Head to the bottom of the 4th at Fossum Field. Smitty's searching for their first hit. We'll be back in a moment on your home for the Aberdeen Smitties on the YouTube channel. Jalen Aviles, the leadoff man, leading things off for Aberdeen as they're looking for their first hit of the ball game as they trail 1-0 on the scoreboard after an RBI single from Connor McGinnis. As Kyler Boyd back out there, and he's been on his game. He throws a curveball there for strike 1, 0-1. Aviles Hit the ball hard last time, but to second base. That one, he fouls the other way. It's quickly 0-2 to JL. Street Corner Urban Market is a proud supporter of Aberdeen Smitty's baseball. Make sure to download that Dino Pay app. Save up to 20 cents per gallon on gas. 0-2 pitch. That's hit on the ground. Right back to the mound, off the glove of Boyd, and no play over there for Brody Jacobson at short. And the Smitties get their first base runner. Ball was hit hard. And let's see if they call that a hit or an error. They give Aviles a hit. And the first hit of the day for the Smitties, here's Jackson Post, a ground out victim his last time. And let's see how aggressive Coach Steinwand is with Aviles at first. As he takes outside a ball, 1-0. Post had himself a dominant spring. Post in the spring season played in 14 games. He hit .522, and he hits one on a line right to center field, and they're going to double up Aviles. No, he got in. Aviles dove in, bang, bang play at first. It looked like they were going to double him up because Aviles was halfway down for the first base line. It was a good throw on a hop there by Lawson Hensley, but he just got his hand in. Sioux Falls West manager coming out to talk to the first base umpire. I can't believe Aviles got back there, but good job by him. Ball was hit on the screws there from Post. And here's Post, Cogley, an 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time. Hit the ball hard. Speaking of a guy who had a really nice spring season, Joe Cogley, he hit .368 during the spring. 8 singles, 4 doubles, and 13 RBIs, which was second on the team during the spring high school season. Aviles, a small lead at first. He takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Not a big lead from Aviles. Maybe as that has hit a chopper to second. Jacobson flips it over to first, second for 1, and over to first there for 2. That's a 6-4-3 double play. That is Jacobson, the Bryant, the Salonen, and signed retired in the bottom of the 4th inning. Smitties do get a hit from Aviles, but a double play ends it here in the bottom of the 4th. It's a 1-0 lead for Sioux Falls West. We're back in a moment on the Smitty's YouTube. Top of the 5th inning, Sioux Falls West leading by a run. They scored one in the top of the fourth inning on the RBI single from Connor McGinnis. The top of the order is due up for West. Lawson Hensley digs in the batter's box. He squares to bunt. It's a good one down the third base line. Nice play by Soderlund, and they got him. Drake Soderlund slipped. He kept his balance a little bit and threw a bullet over to first to Rivera for the out. They just get Hensley a half a step. He thought he was safe. Umpire called out, but that's a great play coming off the mound by Drake Soderlund. Somehow he kept his balance to be able to throw that ball with some pace over to first. 1-3 on the putout for the first out in the fifth. What a play. Seen a couple great defensive plays today from Aberdeen as Hoffman catches a pitch that's up high and outside for a ball, 1-0. Boston Bryant, he tripled his last time and was thrown out at home, trying to go on the sac fly, or on the fly ball, I should say. Would have been a sac fly if he was safe, as it's now 2-0. And like we said, Sioux Falls West, they've had an aggressive approach at the plate throughout the day. And the 2-0 pitch, 3-0, and Duncan still in the batter's box. 3-0. Let's see. Here it comes. That's a strike. 3-0. Kind of weird there by Boston Bryant. He didn't step out of the batter's box in between pitches there. Just kind of stood still, and then after the 3-0 pitch, he went out, and this one he walks. So 1-out walk, and here comes Brody Jacobson. He's an 0 for 2, a line out and a fly out. And Jacobson's been a guy that's been aggressive earlier in the count as well. Bryant gets a solid lead off first, and a nice pick there by Rivera on the throw. And now that's something that I've noticed with Soderlund, at least, doing a really good job of keeping runners honest at first. Maybe not his best pickoff move, but just throwing the ball over there, keeping them honest at first as he hits Jacobson there in the back, a hit by pitch. And Coach Steinwatt's going to come out to talk to his righty, and let's see if he makes a move here to the bullpen. It's a one-run game, 5 hits for Sioux Falls West, but a walk and a hit by pitch in this inning, and they got a little bit of momentum. There is 1 out. Soderlund made a nice play, and I think this is a good mound visit if you're Coach Steinwatt. Sponsors for Aberdeen Smitty's Baseball in 2026 are fifth inning sponsors: Aberdeen Clean All, Agtegra, American Bank and Trust, Babcock Family Chiropractic, Price Angle and Sign, Carroll's and Bain Family Dental Care, Cogley Law Office, Coca-Cola, and Dakota Bank. Big thank you to the Smitty's 2026 sponsors for the summer season. Quick mound visit, and Soderlund ready. He stays in the game. That's a line drive base hit into right field by Bennett Duncan. Coming home, and the throw on a hop. They got him again. No slide. Dutenhofer threw him out in right field. Second time today that Boston Bryant has been gunned down. I don't know if he ran through a stop sign or what, but Dutenhofer, we know he's got an arm. And he threw it right on a hop to get Boston Bryant at home. And that's the second time that Sioux Falls West has run into an out. A couple really great plays in the outfield from the Smitties. Coming up, throwing. I mean, that's what you got to do. And a good job there by Rivera not cutting that one off. I mean, the throw had some pace. It wasn't hit all that deep. 0-1. And that's why I think, did Bryant maybe just run through a sign? As the count is 1-1 here to the batter, Everett Salonen. Runners on at second and third as Duncan got the second there on the throw home. And a nice block there by Hoffman, keeping the runners where they're at. Counts 2 balls and a strike here to Everett Salonen. Two one, 2 out, 5th inning. And the pitch home from Soderlund. Bounces to the plate, 3-1. Beckett Whitlock, he's in the hole. He singled his last time. Everett Salonen, he's a 1 for 2 here at the plate. He singled and scored. He is the lone run of the ball game. Popped out as well. 3-1 the count. And the pitch. That's up high for ball before he walked him. So runners on every base. Bases are loaded here for Beckett Whitlock, the DH. Second time today, West has had the bases loaded as he fouls that one over the press box. The lefty, he's late on that one. It's 0-1. Sioux Falls West, 1 run, 6 hits. Smitty's no runs, 1 hit. On an overcast late May day. Here's the pitch home. That misses up high for a ball. Count is 1-2. Whitlock walk and single. He's got the bases loaded here. Is Soderlund. He worked out of a bases loaded jam earlier in the game in the second. Pitch home. That's hit on a line left field. Kiso ranging in. He makes the catch. Donnie Kiso on a ball that was slicing away. Got a good jump on it inside, retired here as we end the top of the 5th inning. Great work from Drake Soderlund on the hill. Mike Dutenhofer with a nice play in right field, gunning out Boston Bryant at home. And the Smitties looking for a run here in the bottom of the 5th. Got a good one at Fossum Field. Don't go anywhere. Bottom of the 5th inning, Levi Hoffman behind 0-1 in the count here. Cleanup man for the Smitties as they are searching for their first run here of the game in a 1-0 game. Hoffman takes for ball 2, 1-1. Hoffman a strikeout victim his last time. As Kyler Boyd, he's been on his A game to say the least through the first 4 innings here today. As you get here into the later part of the ball game, 1-1. That bounces low and away. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1. Two balls, two strikes. And the pitch. That's a dribbler hit over to third. Fielding it is Duncan, throwing it on to first. And diving there is Hoffman, but he's called out. Nice effort by Hoffman trying to beat that one out. But a good play by Duncan for out number one here in the inning. Smitty's wants to thank 2026 Legion sponsors: Dakota Bank, Dami Construction, Dakota Storage, Domino's, Dutenhofer Construction, Edward Jones, Geff Dog, Great Plains Bank. Big thank you to the 2026 Legion sponsors as Dutenhofer foul tips one. 0-1. Dutenhofer with a good defensive play in the top of the fifth inning. And Boyd, here's the 0-1. Misses up high for ball one, 1-1. Taking now, 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Foul tipped into the mitt, 1-2. Dutenhofer, a Minnesota Twins fan, his favorite player, Vlad Guerrero Jr. One, two. Swing and a miss, strike three. So two down here in the fifth. He climbs the ladder with a high heater. And here's Soderlin, the batter, 0 for 1. And that's that sequence. You know, you try to get him with the off-speed a couple and then high and tight with a fastball and see if he chases. First pitch is way up high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. One 0 pitch. That's taken outside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Anyway, if you can get on for Soderlin, as he's ahead 2-0. Boyd, he's pitched to Jim to this point, 2-0. Checked his swing, he went around, 2-1. Kind of a similar spot there on the outer half. 2-1, he's ready, the windup. Up high, 3-1, and Soderlin here in the hitter's count. Third baseman Duncan towards the line there at third. 3-1 is fouled back. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Street Corner Urban Market, a proud supporter of Aberdeen Smitty's baseball. Save up to 20 cents per gallon on gas with Dino Pay. 3-2 pitch. That's it on the ground to short. Fielding it and throwing it on to first is Jacobson in time for out number 3. Another 1-2-3 inning for Kyler Boyd. Really nice performance for him as we head to the 6th here at Fossum Field. Sioux Falls West leading 1-0 on the scoreboard. We're back in a moment here on the YouTube channel for the Aberdeen Smitties. Uh, Top of the sixth inning, Drake Soderlund stays out there. He's pitched great today. For 5 innings, only the one run. He's pitched at a couple jams, another bases loaded one last half inning. And now the batter here is Noah Graybo. Graybo digs in, and he grounds one to third. Malsum fields it, throws it across the diamond, and Rivera with the stretch in time. Wheeler Malsum, he bobbled it but stuck with it. And a nice stretch over there at first by Rivera for out number one. And here is Connor McGinnis, who has the RBI single. And the first pitch is taken outside for a ball, 1-0. No, it's impressive with Soderlund's outing as the 1-0 pitch is hit on the ground there, the second, and Cogley makes a nice play, flips it over to first for out number two. What's impressive about it is he has not struck out a batter today. So, I mean, the defense is making some plays in the field for him. He's pitching to contact and throwing a lot of strikes. Not a ton of walks here today either for Soderlund. And when he has had the walks, there's been a couple outs in the inning. So he's been able to work out of it as Hilly, the batter, 0 for 2, fly out and a ground out. 1-0. That's grounded down the left field line and foul. 1-1 now the count here to Hilly. One ball, one strike. Here's the pitch. Popped up in the infield. Post there. And we'll make the catch for out number 3. Sioux Falls West, no runs, no hits, none left as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Smitty still searching for a run to tie this ball game up. We're back in a moment here on your home for the Aberdeen Smitties on the YouTube channel. Wheeler Malsum digs in for the Aberdeen Smitties as we are in the 6th. One hit for the Smitties came from J.L. Avilas. Malsum an 0 for 1 with a ground out as Kyler Boyd, he's been great here today. A 1-2-3 inning in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 5th. And the pitch home bounces to the plate for a ball, 1-0. That bounces to the plate for ball 2, 2-0. Malsom, after summer ball, plans to attend Lake Area Tech and study heavy machinery operating. Favorite team, Minnesota Twins. Favorite player, Byron Buxton. 2-1 pitch, or 2-1 the count after the pitch. 2-1. That's on the inside corner for strike 2, 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. And the pitch. Fouled back. Two coming up. Here it comes. Low and outside for ball 3. Count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Smitty's would love to get the leadoff man on here. Payoff pitch. Aim that one, ball 4. Big thank you to Aberdeen Smitty's 2026 sponsors. Har Motors, Healthcare Plus Federal Credit Union, Hopfinger and Merriman. Hub City Radio, Insurance Plus, Kent Super Fair Foods, Ladner Electric, Mattress by Appointment, Merks Bauer Meyer Dental, and NVC. Deshaun Rivera digs in. Runner at first and no one out. And Malsom will slide back in, and we'll see if Coach Steinwant wants a situation here. I mean, this is obviously a bunt situation, no one on, or one on, no one out. And we'll see. Rivera's job here is to move that runner over to first, or over to second, I should say, with the runner on first. With the runner holding on the situation, Boyd, he's got a bunt on the right side. Third baseman, Duncan, he's way in on the infield grass, so he's got a bunt down the third base line. His Rivera squares, and he fouls it back. Yeah, like you said, Rivera's job here just to move over the runner. 0-1 count as the rain here is starting to fall. The old broadcaster's jinx right there. Said, hey, it doesn't look like it's going to rain much until 5, and, well, the rain has started. It's coming down pretty light. Rivera, 0-1. Takes strike 2 at the inside corner, 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch coming up. As Boyd, he checks the runner Malsom at first. He doesn't have a big lead. Pitch home, bounces to the plate, and a nice job by Malsom. He got a great jump to get over to second. So the count is 1-2, and now an RBI opportunity as the rain now intensifying a little bit. Rivera's got an RBI chance here. He's got to protect with 2. And now a long stare in, and time is called. So the count 1-2 with Malsom at second. And here's the pitch. Low and in, 2-2.
Yeah, none of Legion is on Game Changer right now down there because he has to reset the thing. If you're using that iPad, nothing's uploaded. Our game. You go look at it, it shows nothing.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Batter here is Rivera trying to get the run home as the Smitty's trailed by a run. As Rivera fouls it back. Do it here at 2-2. And your mindset changes. You know, you go up there with a runner at first and you're just maybe trying to bunt him over. Then when the pitch goes in the dirt, you got a runner at second. You know, it changes your approach a little bit. No one out here in the bottom of the 6th. Rain looks like it's still coming down. Here's the 2-2. That misses high, 3-2. Looks like the sun trying to peek through towards the right field side of things. Three-two coming up to Jashawn Rivera. Low ball 4. What an at-bat there by Rivera. So 2 straight walks for Donnie Kiso, who hit the ball hard last time, but just right to the right fielder. And here's a mound visit. Boyd, I believe he's going to stay out here, but we'll see. Looks like a pitching coach is now. There's some activity going on in the Sioux Falls West bullpen, or they're starting to make their way there to the bullpen. Proud supporter of Aberdeen Smitty's Baseball, Street Corner Urban Market. You could save up 20 cents per gallon on gas with Dino Pay. Just download the Dino Pay app, and you can save some money on gas. Also, big thank you to Aberdeen Smitty's sponsors, Orthopedic Physical Therapy, Post 24 Shoe Science, Sydney Smith Post 24, State Farm Chad Ben and Linda Shop, Stephen Lust Automotive, Sun City Tanning, Van Lake and Orthodontist, Wendy's, Wolves, and Wright and Sudlow. Big thank you to the side sponsors for the Aberdeen Smitty's 2026. As the Legion season here upon us. First home games of the season here for the Smitty's this summer. And the batter, Donnie Kiso, with runners at second and first. He squares the bunt, and he misses it, and it's 0-1. And that time you had both the corner infielders charging in with Everett Salonen and Bennett Duncan, and covering third is the shortstop, Jacobson. And if I was Jacobson, I'd be cheating a little bit more towards the base at third. He's holding the runner there at third. Now he sprints over to third, as popped up in the infield, and that's going to be an out there. So Kiso pops out to second, and J.L. Aviles will dig in. So Aviles here with 2 on and 1 out. Lone Smitty's hit. 2 walks in the inning, let things off for the Smitty's. As Malsum at second and Rivera at first. Corner infield in. First pitch is taken low and in to JL. It's 1 ball, no strikes. So we're making Boyd work a little bit here in the bottom of the 6th. It's a 1-0 lead for Sioux Falls West. If you're just joining us, it was an RBI from Connor McGinnis for Sioux Falls West there in the 4th inning. 1-0. Hit on the ground and off the glove of Salonen, and everybody's going to be safe. So everybody's safe. It was off the top of the glove. That's going to be a hit. His second. And now Jackson Post digs in here with the bases loaded and 1 out. We talked about how good Post has been, especially in that high school spring season. Led the team in average and RBIs, and this is a guy you want up. He takes up high 1-0. He hit the ball hard last time. 1 ball, no strikes here to Post. He's ahead. Takes a strike on the corner. 2-0. So count 1-1 here to Jackson Post. 1 out. Pops it up. Foul ground. Ranging over and going out of play. There's that foul ball. Connor McGinnis just running out of room, the catcher. And the count 1-2.
Here you go, Post.
And if you're Post here with 2 strikes, just needs to put the ball in play. Give his guys a chance here to get home. Malsum at third, Rivera at second, and Aviles at first. He takes the ball 2-2. It was on the upper outer part of the zone. Post a ground out and a fly out. This fly out was hit hard. Smitty's trying to tie it up here in the bottom of the 6th. 1-0 Sioux Falls West lead, the 2-2. Popped up out of play, foul ground. Near my car in the parking lot. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. We'll do it again. Boyd, wind, and fires. Hit on a line, deep right center field, ranging back and making the play out there is Grabo. Malsum, he's going to tag from third, and he will score. So an RBI sacrifice fly. Rivera, he stays at second. But that's an RBI for Jackson Post, doing the job right there. Sac fly to right. And we got a tie ball game. Center fielder there, Lawson Hensley, ranged over, but Grabo made the catch for the out. As Cogley, he swings at the first pitch, and that one hit into center, ranging over glove side, making the catch for out number 3 is Lawson Hensley, and side retired. Not before the Smitty strike on an RBI sacrifice fly by Jackson Post. We got a 1-1 game headed to the top of the 7th. We're back in a moment on your home for the Aberdeen Smitties on the YouTube channel. Aberdeen Smitty's baseball here on the YouTube channel. It's a 1-1 ball game. Sac fly from Jackson Post tying this thing up. Couple walks in the inning, an infield hit from J.L. Aviles, and then a sac fly from Post. Cogley flew out to end the inning. But they get to Boyd and tie this thing up. Top of the lineup due up here for Sioux Falls West with Hensley, Bryan, and Jacobson. As Drake Soderlin, he's going out there for the top of the 7th inning. And the first pitch is hit on the ground to short. And Post boots it, and that's going to be an E6. So leadoff man on. And I'll bring up here Boston Bryant, who's reached base the last couple times, a triple and a walk. He's been thrown out at the plate twice. He squares the bunt, pulls back, it's a ball, and it's 1-0. Runner heading for second. That's hit in the air. He's got to get back. He ranges in the infield, dirt almost. Makes the play, throws it on to first, and back diving there is Hensley. So 1 out. He was right there on the infield dirt. He had to range in. That's a put out there for the first out of the inning. Keeps the runner at first and Hensley. And that'll bring up here Brody Jacobson. It was hit by pitches last time up. He's hit the ball hard twice. One to center and one to left. And he takes upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Smitty's will have 4, 5, 6 due up in the bottom of the 7th. As Jacobson here has a nice throw over to first, and Soderlund almost got him. Now, that's something with Soderlund that I've been impressed with, holding runners on. It's something I think you don't see as much as Hoffman. Almost a snap throw back over to first. 2 balls, no strikes here to Jacobson.
Go, Drake.
As Jacobson, he's way up in the box. He hits one right back to the mound. Soderlund throws it on to Cogley at second for 1. Throw on to first, and just missed him there at first.
Nice play.
Nice pickup, though, pick by Rivera. But Jacobson just beat it. They get the force out, though, at second. And that'll be the second out, and here's Bennett Duncan. It's been a tough out today. Singled twice, once in the second, once in the 5th. And a throw over to first, and diving in there safely is Jacobson. And you got to think Sioux Falls West is going to be aggressive on the base path, try to get that runner there at second as Jacobson takes a good lead. That one's inside as Hoffman fakes a throw over there to first. 2 outs, runner's going to be moving on contact, so ball hit in the gap. Smitty's got to be getting that ball in. 1-0. Inside, ball 2, 2-0. It'll be interesting to see if Sioux Falls West brings out Boyd for the 7th. As Jacobson walks his lead, takes another half step back to the base. 2-0. That gets away from Hoffman. It's a wild pitch. And over there to second.
Okay, here we go, Drake.
Is Jacobson, and now it's 3-0 to Bennett Duncan, and that might be it for Drake Soderlund. And post will come in, it looks like, the pitch here for the Smitties. Big thank you to Aberdeen Smitty's 2026 sponsors, including Aberdeen Clean All, Agtegra, American Bank and Trust, Babcock Family Chiropractic, Bryce Anglin Sign, Carroll's and Bain Family Dental Care, Cogley Law Office, Coke, Dakota Bank, Dami Construction, Dakota Storage, and Domino's. It's a pitching change. Runner at second, a 3-0 count here to Bennett Duncan. We'll step aside and be back in a moment here for your home for Aberdeen Smitty's on the YouTube. 3-0 the count here to Bennett Duncan. New pitcher is Jackson Post. 2 out and a runner at second. As can't officially close the line there on Soderlund, but he's gone 6 2/3, allowed a run, 6 hits, as he takes a strike, 3-1. So that's got to be an awkward or tough situation to be in. You come in and the count's 3-0. Now it's 3-2. So now 3-2 to Duncan, and going to get a good jump here at second is Jacobson. 3-2. Walked him, ball 4. Ball gets away from Hoffman, and everybody is safe. Jacobson heads over to third as the ball got by Hoffman, and at first is Bennett Duncan. And here comes Everett Salonen. So Salonen digs in from the right side. He singled and walked and popped out. First pitch to him, taken upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, the Smitties will have the middle of the order due up in the bottom of the 7th. But got to get through this top of the 7th first. Runners on at the corners and 2 down. The pitch. Low and in. 2-0. Just joining us, Soderlund went 6 2/3, 6 hits. He is responsible for the runner at third. 2-0. That one in there for a strike at the knees. No throw, and they just concede the runner at second. So runners now at second and third. Two one. Popped up right side. Going to be a tough play for Dutenhofer. And it's going to be a blue pit, and everybody's going to be safe. And it looks like Rivera and Dutenhofer collided out there in shallow right, and Rivera seems to be shaken up a little bit. Great hustle there by Rivera. He dove for it, and he gets up. As him and Dutenhofer, they were kind of in nowhere land, a kind of a blooper. And great hustle by Rivera. We've seen him make some incredible plays in shallow right throughout the spring, and that one just dropped in. 2 runs come in, and it's a 3-1 lead for Sioux Falls West. Looked like that ball was going to hang in the air a little bit longer, then it just dropped right in between Dutenhofer and Rivera, and it's a 3-1 lead for Sioux Falls West. That's their 10th hit of the ball game. First pitch to the new batter here is new batter Beckett Whitlock. It's out of the side for ball 2, 2-0. Runner is at second there, Salonen. But the RBI hit for him, the 2 RBIs in the top of the 7th. Pitch. Foul tipped into the glove. 2-1. Excuse me, that was the 7th hit of the game for Sioux Falls West. Two one. Bounces to the plate for 3-1. Whitlock, a single, a walk, and a flyout. Runner at second. 3-1 pitch. Hit into right center field. Avila's calling off Dutenhofer and makes the play for out number 3. However, a 2 RBI single by Everett Salonen, and Sioux Falls West takes the lead 3-1. Smitty's need 2 to tie and 3 to win here in the bottom of the 7th. We're back in a moment on your home for the Aberdeen Smitties on the YouTube channel. Smitty's need 2 to tie, 3 to win in the bottom of the 7th as Boyd's going out there trying to finish a complete game. Smitty's did get 1 to tie in the 6th on a sac fly from Post. And Hoffman trying to lead things off for Aberdeen. The difference right now, if you're just joining us, a Everett Salonen 2-run bloop single with 2 outs. Runners were moving there on contact. And a little collision out there in right. Everybody seemed to be okay, which is the good news there. 1-0. Low and away, 2-0. Rivera and Dutenhofer collided. And with runners moving with 2 outs, 2 came in. 3-1. The score, and Hoffman pops it up high in the air, shallow right center, coming in and making the play as the center fielder. Nice play. That is Hensley there on the catch. And here's Mike Dutenhofer. Struck out his last time up. And lined out to second base. And the pitch to him. Swing and a miss late on a heater, 0-1. Chopper hit to short. Jacobson fielding it, throwing it on the run in time. And 6-3 on the putout. Nice play by Jacobson. Just going to show how, these third basemen, these shortstops, just the arm strength they have. Yeah, he was running and ranging away and threw a nice seed over to first for out number 2. As Soderlund checks his swing. Did he go? He did not. It's a ball. It's 1-0. Soderlund an 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out to short his last time. 1-0 pitch coming up from Kyler Boyd. Fouled back. He was right on it. 1-1. Now game 2 of the doubleheader here after the conclusion of this one. So stick around. Been a really highly competitive game here in game 1. Looking for more of the same in game 2. 1-1. Fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the Smitty's down to their final strike here in game 1. Boyd ready, shakes off again, now shakes, got the sign, 1-2 pitch, fouled back. And the count is 1-2. Soderlund battling with 2, Malsum on deck. And here is the 1-2 pitch. Dribbler hit over to second, fielding it, throwing it on to first, and in time for the out. Nice job by Boyd covering the base. And side retired. That's 4-1 on the putout. Smitty's go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Sioux Falls West holds on to win 3-1. Your final score, a 2 RBI single by Everett Salonen, the difference. And Sioux Falls West, they battle, they pick up a win. The Smitty's really nice performance on the mound there by Drake Soderlund. He went 6 2/3, 2 runs, scattered 6 hits. The defense came up big. How about the play by J.L. Avils in center? Mike Dutenhofer throwing out a runner at home as well. The Smitty's tie it in the bottom of the 6th inning. But 2 there in the top of the 7th for Sioux Falls West, the difference of the game. A really fun, competitive game in game 1. We'll step aside, and we'll have game 2 coming up here in just a bit. Stick around. Your home for Aberdeen Smitty's baseball is the Aberdeen Smitty's YouTube channel. We'll be back in a little bit for game 2, your final in game 1. Sioux Falls West 3, Aberdeen 1. And we're back for game 2 of the doubleheader between the Aberdeen Smitties and the Sioux Falls West Post 15 squad. I'm Matt McClure, broadcasting here from Fossum Field. If you're just joining us, it was a 3-1 victory for Sioux Falls West in game 1. For Sioux Falls West, they got 2 runs in the top of the 7th inning. They picked up an RBI single by Everett Salonen in the top of the 7th. The difference in that one, winning pitcher was Boyd. He went 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. For the Smitties, it was Donnie Soderlund, 6 2/3 innings. He picked up the loss, 6 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, 5 walks, no strikeouts. And Sioux Falls West, they scored 1 in the 4th. Smitty's tied it up in the 6th, bottom of the 6th, and then 2 in the top of the 7th, as mentioned earlier. The difference there in the game. Looking at the lineups here for game 2, starting with Sioux Falls West. Lineup will look like this here. Batting first at third base, Lawson Hensley. Batting second, the second baseman, Boston Bryant. Batting third, the shortstop, is Brody Jacobson. The cleanup man, the DH, Bennett Duncan. Batting fifth, the center fielder, Tucker DeHaan. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Everett Salonen. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Beckett Whitlock. Batting eighth, the catcher, Connor McGinnis. Batting batting ninth, the second baseman, the right fielder, Noah Grabo. And doing the pitching is Carl Hartman. The lineup there for the Sioux Falls Post 15. As for the Smitties, the lineup will look like this. J.L. Aviles, he's batting first and center. Joe Cogley at second, batting second. Levi Hoffman, batting fourth. He's the catcher. Jackson Post batting third. The shortstop, Mike Dutenhofer at first base, batting fifth. Drake Soderlund, he's batting sixth. He's in right. Wheeler Malsom, he's at the hot corner at third. He's batting seventh. Branson Peterson, he's batting eighth. He is the DH. And rounding it out, Donnie Kiso batting ninth there. That's the starters. And the lineup there for the Smitties. Again, that's Aviles, Cogley, Post, Hoffman, Dutenhofer, Soderlund, Malsom, Peterson, and Kiso. On the mound is Jashawn Rivera. First pitch swinging, driving that one into center field, and making the play there is J.L. Aviles for out number 1. That is Lawson Hensley, the batter. He flies it out there to center for out number 1, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Boston Bryant. So Bryant will dig in. And the first pitch is taken for a ball, 1-0. Bryant. Digs in from the left side. The breaking ball swung on and missed as the rain intensifying here for game 2. And with the wind, it's kind of blowing towards us here in the press box. Pitch is low. Ball, 2 balls, 1 strike. Bryant had a nice game 2. Or game 1, I should say, as he's looking to have a nice game 2. As Rivera, the lefty, he deals. That's on the corner for strike 2, 2-2. Home plate umpire going to make my job easier up here. He's very emphatic with his strike call. 2-2 pitch. Hit him. And I'll bring up the batter, Brody Jacobson. So Jacobson will dig in here with 1 out. And a runner here on first base. as Bryant hit by a pitch. First pitch to him, that's taken for a strike, 0-1. Oh, 1 out. The pitch home. That's low and away. Ball 1-1. Again, the infield for the Smitties looks like this. You got Wheeler Malsum at third, Jackson Post at short, Joe Cogley at second, and Mike Dutenhofer, he moves from right to first as the 1-1's taken low, a ball 2-1. Outfield, Drake Soderlin in right, center is J.L. Aviles, and in left is Donnie Kiso doing the catching, Levi Hoffman. As Jacobson digs in here, 2-1 the count, and the pitch home. That's it on a line, left field, Kiso long run, it's over his head. Runner heading over to third, now he's going to try to score. This is the runner Bryant, he scores from first base. Jacobson in with a stand-up double. And there is the first run of the game there for Sioux Falls West. It's 1-0. And that'll bring up Bennett Duncan. He will dig in. Duncan, the DH here in game 2 with a runner at second. And the pitch. That's taken on the corner, a strike, and the count is 0-1. Duncan flew out, singled twice in the game 1 win. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike with a runner here at second, a 1-0 Sioux Falls West lead. Pitch home, that's taken for a strike on the corner. Strike 2, 0-2, or 1-2, I should say. Jacobson at second. 1-2 pitch. Checked his swing and made contact. He'll stay alive at 1-2. Big thanks to Smitty's 2026 sponsors, Hub City Radio, Insurance Plus, Ken Super Fair Foods, Ladner Electric, Mattress by Appointment, Merck's Bauer Meyer Dental, NBC, Post 24, Shoe Science on Main, 1-2, up high a ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Jacobson with the RBI, fly out, hit by pitch, double. 1-2 here to Bennett Duncan. The southpaw ready, the pitch. Swing and a miss, he got him. Went with an off-speed, out of the zone, and Duncan chased. And that is out number 2 here in the top of the first. That'll bring up Tucker DeHaan. Center fielder, didn't play in game 1, batting from the left side with a runner at second. Rivera checks a high kick and a throw home. That's outside and low. Ball 1-0. Smitty's will be on the road against Sioux Falls East tomorrow. 1-0 pitch. That's pulled foul on the first base line. Then they got 2 home games, or 4 home games, but 2 teams coming to town next week. Renner on Tuesday and Mitchell on Wednesday. As Jacobson walks his lead there at second. A 1-1 pitch. That just misses low and away. 2-1 now. Checked his swing, he went around. That's strike 2, 2-2. And good job there by Rivera, just pitching low and away to the lefty. And with a good amount of lefties in the lineup for Sioux Falls West. Rivera here with the advantage, 2-2. Swing and a miss, he got him. Climbs the ladder with a heater, foul tipped into the mid of Levi Hoffman. And side retired, Jay Sean Rivera with a nice work there in the first. Strikes out 2. 1 does come home on the Brody Jacobson double. 1 run on 1 hit. No errors. and 1 left after a half inning. It's Sioux Falls West 1, Aberdeen Smitty's 2 up here on your home for the Aberdeen. Bottom of the first inning here at Fossum Field is the rain really coming down right now. And you can thank me for the jinx because I said, hey, we got no 30% chance of rain. We're chilling until 5. Well, looks like they're looking at the radar here. It's going to be coming down in the next hour pretty consistently. There's a couple systems right around. And here comes the pouring down rain, and here comes a delay. So we're delayed here as it's kind of really coming down right now. We'll step aside, be back in a moment as I try to protect some of this equipment.